I know y'all heard that. I know y'all heard me break it, right? You can just take a handful for a snack. I'm just curious. Have you all looked at the back of the cracker box lately? I mean, it's like a whole paragraph back there. But it doesn't matter today, because guess what? We're getting ready to make our own. 3 ingredients. That's it. 3 ingredients, 10 minutes in the oven. Cheese and crackers, peanut butter and crackers, cream cheese and crackers, whatever and crackers. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we need to do is add our flour to the bowl. Make sure your hands are absolutely clean because we will be using our hands for this. This is just all-purpose flour. And for all of my gluten-free people, gluten-free flours work just as well in this recipe. Now we're going to add a pinch of salt. You can use any kind of salt you want. You can actually leave it out as well. Give that salt and flour a whisk, making sure it's well combined. Now from here, you're going to add in a 1/3 cup of just room temperature water. And I have more than a 1/3 cup in here because you may need a spoon or 2 more, or you may need a little bit more flour. Just depends on how wet it comes out. Now we're going to get in here and combine this by hand, making it into a dough. It should be a very stiff dough, but if it's too stiff, you can add a little bit more water. If it comes out too loose, when you add that water, add a little bit flour. But if you're adding in water, make sure you add it in just a spoonful at a time. Once you get your dough formed, it should look like this. Now we're going to add a little bit more flour to our work surface. You don't want to add too much. Spread it out a little bit, but you will need some to roll it out with. A little bit too much there. Put a little bit on top. And from here, roll it around in that flour just a little bit, and then divide this part into half. Sit one part aside. Roll this other part around. And then flatten it into a disc. Now I'm going to go clean my hands up right quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to roll this out, turning it and flipping it often into a rectangle, and it needs to be fairly thin, as thin as possible. This is how you're going to get that crispy, crunchy cracker. It may not seem like it's going to roll out much, but it will. Just keep rolling it out. Now, if you do want a softer, thicker cracker, then you won't roll it out as thin as I am rolling it out here. And it doesn't have to be a perfect rectangle or anything. You can do this in a circle and then still cut it out into squares. But just keep flipping, keep turning, keep rolling. Now, because my silicone mat is large enough, I'm going to scoot this one to the side a little bit here. And I am going to now, before I cut this one, I am going to actually take this half and roll out my other half of my dough. If you don't have a silicone mat like this, then you make sure you do this on parchment paper because you will not be able to pick them up once we cut them out. So I'm going to roll this part out, and then we'll go ahead and move to the next step. Okay, take your hands and brush any seriously excess flour off. Now, if you want the classic squares, you can cut that, and that's what I'm getting ready to do. Cut it off, and you can take this extra and reshape it. And if you want to shape that into squares, just take it, ball it up, and roll it back out again. Or if you can roll it out in a rectangle in the first place, that's even better. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Take this and I'll move it over just a little bit. Now let's cut this one. This one's a little bit more even. Okay, put this one next to this one. Now from here, make your squares, and you can make them as large or as small as you want. And I am just eyeballing this, nothing fancy. These will be a little bit smaller. Okay, now from here, grab a fork, and you want to make little holes in them. Just go down, just like that. 3 sets on each cracker. And now I am going to put a little bit more of this salt right on the top of each one, just a little bit. Okay, if you are using a baking mat like this, you will still need to put it on a tray. So you don't want to pick your dough up off of it. Just take your tray and slide it up under there. Until your crackers are right in the center. Okay, we're going to bake this for about 10 or 15 minutes. Everyone's oven is different, so take a look at them at about the 10-minute mark. Ooh, we are out of the oven. Now we need to let them cool a bit. We'll be back. Oh my goodness. Look at those crackers, guys. Don't they look amazing? Ooh-wee. Ooh, we have to do our official taste test. Okay, guys, we have some crispy, crunchy crackers. And I love mine with cream cheese. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today here in my kitchen. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you won't miss anything. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me here in my kitchen once again. And my channel members, oh my goodness, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Okay. Woo. I know y'all heard that. I know y'all heard me break it, right? Ooh-wee. I love crackers with cream cheese. You can use these for peanut butter. You can use them for cream cheese like I'm doing, just cheese and crackers. Oh my goodness. They make an excellent cracker to dip in soups and stews. You can just take a handful for a snack. Even with the cream cheese on them, they got that snap. Just the right amount of salt. You can make as much or as little as you like. Keep in mind, they don't have all the preservatives in them like they do in the store. So they're not gonna last you 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, like they do from the ones in the box in the store. When you first take them out of the oven, they will seem like they're soft. Just let them cool. As they cool, they'll crisp up, and that's what you're looking for. So delicious. For everybody that wants to know about the gluten-free flour, these crackers work with different types of gluten-free flours. So give it a try. Give it a try. And if you don't want the salt, leave it out. You can also make these herbed crackers by adding a fourth ingredient. Herbs. Add some thyme in there, some oregano, some Italian seasoning. Anything that you want in your crackers, you can add to it. Or, like me, you can just have them plain. Store them in an airtight container. They'll last for 2, maybe 3 days in a nice, sealed, airtight container. Me, they're so quick and easy. I usually make half of that amount. I'll have the recipe down in the description for you guys. And I usually make half that amount, making maybe 10 or 20 crackers at a time because they are so quick. So I make them just when I'm getting ready to eat them that particular day. And I love, love, love them with some tuna. Okay, y'all know I'm getting ready to go fix me something or get me some more cream cheese with this cracker. Oh my goodness. And I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Bye-bye.